Welcome back, gentlemen. We finally arrived at the graduation day. This is the exam for the first chapter from Guntrack campaign with the Beagle fix. Yeah, as you can see here, navigation flight review. This means that this is the final exam and we are going to fly through it today. Let's see if we graduate and with what score. This is the briefing. Objective: using the training you've received so far, begin the flight by navigating the waypoints provided below. Then fly over the specified VOR station using the frequency provided and finish out the flight with an instrument approach to the airfield. However, we'll want to practice our Case 1 approach, so once you're close enough to see the runway, switch to a visual approach and complete Case 1 landing procedure. We'll have to enter our waypoints manually, GPS waypoints, and we have a VOR frequency of, I forgot which airfield is this, and Vaziani Tower and Vaziani TACAN. Vaziani map heading 135-6. Let's start the plane. Alright, so the GPS alignment is okay. We can fix the INS to IFA and lower the parking brake. So we are ready to continue with the graduation day. Let's press escape and see the briefing. So we have to introduce our waypoints coordinates, GPS coordinates. Yep. How do I do that? Let's see if I remember. Menu, not from menu, but from menu and from, let's say, HSI and data. And here is the page in which I have to introduce these GPS coordinates for the waypoints. So first things first, I have to introduce the first waypoint, that's number 1. Alright, let's see here from sequence UFC. I push this and I push the insert button and I press 1 and enter. And then I have waypoint 1 selected from here, from the right MDI. Waypoint 1 selected. As you can see, 0000. Let's see how the coordinates look. Briefing. So there are 6. Yeah. 6 figures without the decimals for the waypoint 1, for the first waypoint. Righto. So let's introduce north 412556. This is the first one. So north 4125. Okay. From where? The waypoint it's selected, and now the UFC. UFC. POSN, yes. For the north, yeah, it was 412556. 412556, enter. And for the east, 412556, and for the east 451254. 451254, enter. And for the elevation, briefing 877 feet, fly 877 feet selected, enter. Verifying the information here, everything looks okay, and preparing the second waypoint from the sequence UFC. Insert number 2, enter. Selected on the right MDI. Number 2, everything is 0. Let's see what kind of waypoints do we have at number 2. This is with decimal, so I have to check for decimal, and that I'm doing from the AC button, I think. Air conditioner button, yes. It's a joke, of course. And lat long decimal, let's see, lat long sec. Alright, go back to the waypoint, and I have to have selected precise. Yep. And now I'm a little bit in doubt. Let's leave it decimal. So sec, not decimal. At the waypoint, yep. So 2 is selected, and UFC and POS and north. And let's see the values at the briefing: 41, 26, 22. Enter, and the HDTH, the decimal, I mean 12. Enter. Right to east then. Let's see the east coordinates: 43, 48, 37, 43, 48, 37, 43, 48, 37. Enter, and the HDTH value is 54. Fly. 54. Enter, and the elevation is in feet, which is 6765. 6765. Enter. Verifying. Looks okay-ish to me. Alright, let's prepare the third waypoint from the sequence UFC. And clear this one. Clear. 3. Enter. Select the third. Everything is 0. Let's verify the type. Oh, this is with 3 decimals here. With 3 decimals at the end. Alright, let's search for that. Fly. Back to AC and select lat long decimal. Back to waypoint. Seems okayish. And I know that somewhere here I have to add a 0 if it's missing, right? Let's go back to the briefing. See waypoint 3, 41. He added the 0. See here, 02. It should have been 412882, but it's not. So 4102 north. Let's select the UFC and POSN and north. 4102, 4102. Enter, and the TTHO is 882. Fly. 882. Enter. Going to east, pressing escape. Briefing east coordinates: 43, 14, 43, 14. Enter. TTHO briefing 668. Fly. Enter. Elevation. Feet selected. Clear the previous value. Briefing 6433. 6433. Enter. Verifying information: 4102-882, 668, 6433. Looks okay-ish. Let's go and introduce the fourth waypoint at sequence UFC. Insert selected. Clear the previous value. 4. Enter. Fourth waypoint selected from the right MDI. Everything looks okay. Back to briefing to see the type. Now this I can't remember. This was something with some squares. Waypoint 4 is a special waypoint type. Whew, let's see, can I find the squares? Let's see OFC and let's press grid. Yes, it's grid. Alright, let's see in the briefing which grid is it. So it's 37T GG. Where could that be? I found it. Selected. So it's also 37. That's interesting. Briefing, it's written here 37T. Let's see. Might be this one here, 37. Let's select it. Alright, let's see now. Now I can. So it has to be selected 16352 and 120. Enter. And the coordinates just came live. And now I think I have to also to put in 33 feet. Fly, elevation, clear, 33, enter. Verifying the information, 4136, 4135 and 33 feet, 37T, GG. So everything looks okay. 37T, GG, look, here and here. Everything looks okay. Alright, so we also have a VOR frequency 11360. Let's select the radio 1. 133600. Enter and tick the ADF button. Alright. I should hear some buzzing, but I can't hear nothing yet. I hope it's alright. Alright, let's press escape again, briefing. So I have also the VOR entered. Let's enter Vaziani TACAN, Vaziani map. This is for landing. I'll leave it this for later. So let's see the VOR 11360. What he says here. Finish, alright, navigation waypoints, then fly over the VOR and finish out the flying with an instrument approach to the airfield. However, we want to practice case 1. Okay, let's go towards the VOR. The VOR is from, let's say, the VOR is from Kutaisi, I think, as I remember. Yes, it's VOR 113.6. This is from Kutaisi. Alright, I introduced the VOR and it's selected, so I think I can take off. Everything is so bright. Alright, let's select the waypoints, the HSI page, HSI, waypoint 1 and sequence 1. Interesting. Let's go right. Whoops, something's wrong here. My left engine. I forgot to start my left engine. Wow. It's now spooling. I felt that something's wrong with the thrust. Things that I can do on graduation day. Well, this is the final evaluation for the navigation. Maybe I'll fail it. And as you can see, this is the airfield number 13. This is a lucky airfield at Vatsiani in Tbilisi, Georgia. Alright, stop here. Final checks before takeoff. The HSI page is ready. Ready. Alright, flaps to half. APU has finally stopped. Okay. Yes. So I think I can take off, right? Brakes on. Military power. Brakes off. Gears up, flaps to auto. He said 20,000 feet. I think he did. Let's go up there pretty quick. He also said to save fuel, but not too much. "5,000 feet. A 20-degree angle, climbing just past the clouds. I'm going up. 360 knots, climbing 12,000 feet. "15,000 feet. "17,000 feet. Starting to level off. 19,000 feet. 10 degrees angle. 5 degrees angle. 20,000 feet.
That's waypoint 1.
Alright. Let's start the autopilot. Coupling now towards waypoint 1. We are very close to waypoint 1, as you can see, 2.3 miles. After I reach waypoint 1, I will change the value here to waypoint 2. So we managed to enter correctly the first waypoint. That's a good one. Okay, switching to waypoint 2 now. The autopilot started to fly in that direction. Increasing throttle. I want my speed somewhere towards 350 knots. Let's increase the time variant. Alright, the plane has leveled off. Let's climb a little. Reach 20,000. Because that's what the instructor said. 19,500. Please level off. 20,000. Leveling off. Alright. Let's enable the barometric altitude. Enabled. Okay, everything looks okay. Let's press escape and see the briefing. We have to go towards the VOR, but I can't hear any VOR sound. So I have to hear that. It has to sound like a Morse code. Alright, let's see the message history. So, wow. once you're within 5 miles of the runway, you switch to the case 1 approach. Oh, that's too far away. You'll start out by manually entering waypoints. Did that after the last waypoint, you'll tune into the ADF frequency provided and fly over it. Then turn to a heading of 076 to Vaziani. Alright, so ADF is on and the frequency is on. So in the briefing the frequency is 11360, the VOR frequency. 11360, fly, verifying that. Oh no, I introduced the frequency errata. Briefing 11360. Alright, let's introduce it once again. 11360, enter. It's here. The Morse code, it's here. The sound is clear, loud and clear. Alright, I like to change my MDI HSI page to the left side. Once we are close, we have to see a circle, an empty circle somewhere outside the HSI rounded area. That's 45 miles. Let's increase the time variable. Concentrate here, let's see when the circle appears. No circle, and we are 20 miles from waypoint 2. Yes, now the circle appeared right here. I will continue towards waypoint 2 and stop the time just before we arrive at about 3 miles. Whoops, what was that? I think he confirmed waypoint 3, message history. That's waypoint 2, sorry, waypoint 2, yeah. Sorry about this. Resume. 3.5. Let's increase the time to 1 mile. 0.1 and switching to waypoint 3. Oh, what's wrong? I don't have waypoint 3, only waypoint 4. I did something wrong, I think. HSI waypoint 3. There is no waypoint 3, only waypoint 4. That's not good. Alright. Let's stop it and see the briefing. Waypoint 3. But I introduced this, I remember. Alright, let's slow down a little bit and verify the waypoints. Okay, where were they? At HSI and at data. There is no waypoint 3. Oh god. How the hell could I put it in? Alright, let's try to put it in right now. And brake a little bit. Alright, where is from the sequence, yeah? Let's stop the speed at 250 knots, so we have time to input the waypoint 3. Alright, ATC enabled. Let's continue flying. And sequence and insert. Clear this. And 3 and enter. And select the waypoint 3. Look, here it is, 4102882. Briefing 4102882, 4314 668 and elevation 6433 confirmed. Why I don't have it? So it is here. Okay, let's go back to the HSI page, and waypoint 3 has appeared. Ha! That's incredible. Alright, autopilot couple towards waypoint 3, which is somewhere on the left, because first it comes waypoint 4 in continuation of waypoint 2. Well, let's hope everything will be alright. Let's see where it is flying. F10. He's going left. That's not good. That's not good. I should not go to the left. Let's see the briefing again. Briefing. Begin the flight by navigating the waypoints provided below. I do that. Then fly over the specified VOR station. So I have to go towards the waypoint 3. Alright, let's do that. 23 miles towards waypoint 3 and accelerating time. 20 miles. 15 miles. 5 miles. And I have a message history. That's waypoint 3. So now, oops, sorry, resume. I have to go towards waypoint 4. Now waypoint 4 has disappeared. Oh no, it's it's down. Okay, autopilot is coupled, so I'm turning towards waypoint 4, which is somewhere to the right. So now I'm heading towards Kutaisi. Plane is turning, accelerating time is leveling off. Right. Let's confirm Kutaisi destination. Somewhat is confirmed, but not quite. I think we are flying towards Batumi. 76 miles. Alright, that's a lot. Let's maintain the speed and accelerate time. Let's verify the air brake still not out. Okay. Accelerate time. 8 miles, 7 miles, 6. 5.
To the VOR frequency provided, then proceed toward it until you pass over it.
Alright, now we have to head towards the VOR frequency, which is right this circle here. So I will decouple the autopilot, but I'll keep the altitude autopilot, go manual on the heading and slowing down, leveling off, easy, just a little bit more, and right about here. Alright, so the circle is now right at 12 o'clock. Let's see the distance, or better accelerate time. Alright, so I have to fly till this circle comes down like this, and then it means that I just flew over it. Alright, let's accelerate time. Everything looks fine. F10, and in a few seconds I will stop the time. Oopsie. Message history. So he said that that's the VOR. We know that. Turn to 076, heading 076, and tune the TACAN frequency for Vaziani, which is 22x. Set the inbound course, and don't forget about the standard deviation, which is 6 degrees. Remember, which you have to subtract from 135. Remember when you begin your descent and the multiply by 3 rule, but I will take care of the descent before that. Once you're about 5 miles out, I'll instruct you to switch to case 1 landing. Be advised that to pass the check ride, you need a good trap, so I need to land on the numbers 13. You can go around and bolter or missed approach, but a short landing is an automatic failure, as you will have simulated crashing into the stern. So that means crashing under the carrier airfield, if I can say that. But anyways, you understand. So if you land short, you hit the carrier. If you land long, you must bolter. So this is case 1. At about 5 miles out, he will check back in. So 076 is the heading. All right, and we also have to introduce the CSR. So CRS, sorry. All right. Let's continue flying above the VOR, which is starting to travel. Yeah, so we can turn to 076 right now. Zero 076. Oopsie. A little bit more. Yeah, somewhere around here. We will do this by HDG. So let's hold the HDG button and 076, enter. Alright, and from the autopilot select the H cell and also select the bolt, and when we are close we start descending. And the CRS, I should enter the CRS. Let's do it by the map. Alright, so we need a CRS from Vaziani, which is right about here. Click on the airfield. Let's see if we have the CRS value here, which we don't. Yes, we don't. Then we have to zoom in on the map and middle mouse click and just drag this line. The CRS 135, so it's 128 with the subtraction. Or press ESC message history in briefing and you'll see the CRS, each Vaziani map heading 135 minus 6 degrees, correction 129. Fly. Let's continue pressing the CRS button. 128. One 29. Enter. Done. Back to autopilot. Let's verify the position on the map. I'm 20,000 feet. I can't hit any mountain at this altitude. Flying towards 076. Let's increase the time. Much more faster right now. So I think we will end up somewhere around here. And from here till Vaziani there are 40 miles. So plenty of time to descend. Yep, so I should stop the time and turn towards 130 or 120, 130. Yeah, let's see F1 and do it manually. Turning towards 130, heading 130. As you saw, I dragged it on the map. Oopsie. Let's go down. The autopilot coupling is still on even if I disabled it. I started to descend. Okay, let's verify on the map the heading. F10. It looks good. It should be 120. Yeah, 120, 123. And let's engage the TACAN navigation. And let's stop that VOR frequency. Alright, and let's put in the Vaziani frequency, which is Vaziani Tower 140. Let's contact the tower. F5. Vaziani F3. And declare an inbound. Maybe ask an azimuth.
Colt 1, request navigation assistance. Colt 1.
117.
You're heading 117.
Adjusting course to 117. Maintaining descent. Let's declare an inbound from 40 miles. One, two, three, and F1
Colt
inbound.
1, inbound. Colt 1, Vaziani, fly heading 116, 425, QFE 28.34, runway 13, to pass altitude.
116, heading 425, runway 13, pattern altitude. I'll keep that menu open so that I will ask the landing for the landing clearance. 10,000 feet and descending 30 miles to Vaziani. And the TACAN is here, but I don't see the CRS. Yes, I see it. So set up the scale to 20 miles. I screwed up my CRS. Oh, come on. Why I can't put in my CRS? This is incredible. It's still turning, but it's not giving me the value. Alright, let's try to put it in 128. Enter. Okay. That solved it. Alright, 19 miles, 6,000 feet. So for the case 1 recovery, we need 800 feet RDR. So let's change the altimeter to RDR. Let's try to align the plane on the CRS. 5,000 feet. I think I already see some airfields down there. I think I also see runway 13, but I'm not sure. Have to get closer. And slow down. Throttle to idle. I'm too fast. F12, exit from here. Let's turn in, as we are already on course. Distance 12 miles, 5,000 feet, bolt. .300 knots.
Altitude.
And there's the airfield, just in front. Alright, so 9 miles. I have to prepare for 800 feet RDR. 4,000. And I'm going to fly just on the right side of the airfield for 1 mile out. I will increase my speed to 350 because that's the speed from which I have to brake left on idle. And after that, take out my gears and flaps to full and come around, back around, yeah.
Cold one. Cleared for visual. Contact tower.
I will contact tower, Colt 1, request landing.
Cold 1. Request
Okay,
landing.
you finished the Case 3 part, so go ahead and switch to Case 1.
Rosani, cleared
Level
for
off at 800 feet and be sure to shift over to the right to get a visual on the runway as you fly over it. Since you already have the TACAN tuned in, I won't tell you when to make your braking turn. You can do that yourself with the information provided. Execute the turn between 1 and 1.5 miles from the airfield. After that, it's business as usual. Remember that to pass the check ride, you need a good trap, and a short landing is an automatic failure.
Airfield looks clear.
Cold 1. Going around. Runway occupied.
I am going now. Alright, I should start to turn. Gear down, flaps to full. Speed to 170. Or maybe 200. And try to trim it. Trim up. This should be at 400
good.
feet.
You're within the
RDR.
downwind corridor, so focus on keeping the velocity vector on the horizon with pitch trim and bringing the E-bracket down to it with throttle. Try to stay around 600 feet AGL and maintain a heading of 310.
Exactly 310. Trim up. I should slow down, my E-bracket is high up.
Okay, begin your turn toward the runway when you're ready. Remember to add power and wait at least 90 degrees before looking at the runway.
I'm not ready yet. Alright, this should be okay. I'm beginning to turn. Adding power, adding power.
Start visually lining up with the runway and get the velocity vector and E-bracket on the numbers. Remember that you have to keep that throttle moving to stay ahead of the aircraft.
I'm too fast and I'm too low. Alright, I will slow down and try to trim it right.
Code 1. Mazani, check landing gear. Runway 13.
Alright. Looking good. Brake.
Good trap. Exit
Air
the
brake.
runway and taxi to parking spot 1.
Everything is on brake, throttle to idle. And I had a beautiful trap. A beautiful trap. Wow. That turn was overturned and I just
Taxi to parking area.
managed to align it just right.
Great job. Head back to parking spot 1 and shut down the aircraft.
Oh, that was not easy. I have to acknowledge that. That was not easy. I just increased the speed too much. I had like 230 knots. I shouldn't have done that. And then it was too late and I had to overcorrect. All right. Let's increase time a little. So, throttle to idle, approaching the parking space number 1. Braking. And braking. Let's just stop here, see and verify the position on the map. F10. Exactly on the spot. Exactly on the spot. Alright, so graduation day. So the evaluation was for introducing 4 types of GPS coordinates into the 4 waypoints, which I fucked it up. The 3rd waypoint, I don't know how, but I introduced waypoint 1, waypoint 2 and waypoint 4, and in flight I introduced waypoint 3. Something was bad there, but anyways I followed the waypoints 1, 2, 3 and 4 after, and after that I had the VOR frequency introduced from the ground and followed the VOR signal. After reaching the VOR signal, I had back to Vatsiani with the TACAN navigation. When I reached Vatsiani, did a case 1 recovery, which I fucked up again, the final turning, by increasing too much the speed, but I managed to correct and align with the airfield and managed to have a very good trap at the end. So this is it. Let's stop the plane. Alright. So this is it, and here comes the evaluation. Let's press ESC. Alright, so the score seems to be results 100. Let's end the mission. Why it didn't load? Oh, it's something else. Navigation check, right? So it was not the graduation. Oh my god. I got it wrong. Navigation flight review. And now it follows navigation check right. That's interesting. It seems to me that this was a review, and after the briefing, how it was written, it is a review. Let's select this and see. We've covered everything you need to know. Let's do a quick flight to review everything you learned, and then we'll complete the navigation check ride this afternoon. So this was a recap for the exam. Not the recap, not the exam, the graduation. It is the graduation day, but it's the first part of it. Alright, let's click the navigation check ride. Follow the instructions provided below to complete your navigation check ride. So this will be next, my friends. And thank you so much for riding with me, actually flying with me. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Thank you so much for also contributing to my first stage of YouTube monetization, which is 500 subscribers. I have somewhere around 486. Thank you so much for that also. And the next one will be from gun track campaign with the Beagles fix, will be navigation check ride. Actually, I think this will be the exam for the first chapter, final exam from this campaign. So thank you so much. Thank you again, and see you on the next one. I'm Vince. Ciao.